Now, since I'm repositioning you, the noodles are going to come out of this, right? So I'm going to take out the crank and put it in this one. Now, you're going to have to flour these. So what I usually do, I take a spoon, I grab our flour container, right? Put it behind where the noodles go so the noodles don't get all floury. You're going to take your spoon. You're going to put some flour in your hand, just like so. You're going to take it. I usually hold it over the sink, and you're just going to want to really flour it. And the reason why I hold it over the sink is so I don't make a huge mess, and I don't have to clean it up. So get one side super floury and smooth. Then you're going to have to repeat it again, but you're just going to flip it over. And once it's all floury and stuff, put some flour where your noodles are going to go in, just to really help it. So once you do that, crank it, and then you're going to want to put your dough in. So you put your dough in. Come on, grab my dough. Okay, it's not wanting to grab right now. So I'm just gonna turn it over and try another side. And sometimes you have to help it grab the dough. Okay, so you can see my noodles being made. So then I grab the noodles and just guide them out. And save the noodles that fall off. So these noodles have been made. And you can see we kind of have a clump of this stuff. That'll be your maybe not so good noodles. So then we're going to take our fresh noodles that we just made, and what we're going to do is we're going to curl them up in a ball like this. So now they're curled up in a ball, and just put your spare noodles aside. What you're going to want to do is take a bag, a small bag, and you can either cook them right away. These noodles don't have to dry. Or I like to put them in a bag and freeze them for later, because if you just freeze them, they stay fresh for some reason. Or they stay fresh longer than normal. So there. That is my noodles. I'm going to continue the video. You don't have to keep watching if you don't want to, but I'm just going to crank out even more noodles because I have that much dough left over. So right now I'm flouring this dough. Then flip it over. Then put it more flour on the other side of the dough. So now that it's all floured, you're gonna put it in, kind of help it along, and it bit. So now we're making more noodles. Hey, Grandpa. This is for my teacher. And the noodles that fall off, just put them in your spare. as you see, I did not make a lot of noodles on this batch. A lot of them broke off, but it's still noodles. I'm just gonna throw these ones in the scrap pile. And on the scraps pile, you'll have either long or short, or you both. And I like to save the scrap pile for when I'm snackish or hungry. And don't forget, this is just a half batch of noodles, and we still don't have the full batch of dough. I already have a lot of noodles that are off camera, that are in my scrap pile. So. Okay, now flip the dough back over, flour it, and again, the reason why I'm doing it over the sink, it's just helpful, and the counter stays a lot more clean, so you don't have as much to clean up after. So now, you put, I'm smashing the noodles into the noodle maker, so my noodle maker has something to grab. Otherwise, it won't feed through, and I can't make noodles. Okay. Come on. Please bite. Okay. There we go. So now, we're making noodles. And my fingers fell off. I'm just gonna pump these through. They're not the best looking noodles, but they're noodles, so hey. So that counts. My dough kind of tore. So I'm just gonna throw that away. It's not good dough. Okay. And if you don't like the noodles that came out, it doesn't sound good, but you can actually repurpose them. Just take them in and just clod them all up, like smush them, and you have your dough still. Like, and here's all my scrap noodles, which is a lot of noodles. So let me wash my hands and I'll show you. That is all my dough, or noodle. And the reason why I did it in the sink is that all that flour would be all right here. So that's no bueno. So I hope this was helpful, Miss Vermillion. I will see you probably Tuesday.